part of Double P Media, doublepmedia.com.
All hail for Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth's proclamation. Hail. This podcast episode will be discussing the most recently released episodes on Netflix. Make sure you have watched them before listening, or you might be spoiled. You have been warned, so it is written, so shall it be done. Hail.
Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of Podcast Lilibet. We're coming up on the final season. In fact, it airs November 16th. Well, starting November 16th in two parts. The first 4 episodes released on November 16th. The last 6 episodes of the final season released on December 14th. First of all, thank you if you have stuck with us, stayed subscribed, and all of that good stuff. We appreciate you sticking around. If you're new, welcome. And here's what we do around here a little bit. Myself and a couple of guests, probably like Bubba or Susan from last season, possibly Holly, if she decides to return, we'll be discussing these episodes kind of broken up. And part of that is due to my personal schedule. What we have to do is we're going to talk about the very first episode, probably coming out the weekend right after the first 4 episodes debut. The next week, you will then get a musical analysis of all 4 episodes of part 1. And then the following week, we will discuss episodes 2, 3, and 4 of season 6. That's how we're going to break it down. And then we will return probably not until after the holidays to cover the second part, simply because of, again, schedules and holiday scheduling and all of that. All of these will be featured in videos on the Double P Media YouTube as well. So be sure to like the videos, subscribe to the channel, and get the notifications for when new videos come out. Bubba will be covering the Murder at the End of the World, I believe is what that series is called, on Hulu. So be on the lookout for that. And you'll get notifications of all of the podcasts that Double P Media does simply by getting those notifications on the YouTube or by subscribing to the channels. By the way, if you want to contact me at LilibetPod on the site formerly known as Twitter, or you can send emails to mattsaudioblog@gmail.com. You can, of course, find all of Double P's socials under the spelling, the word double, the letters PHQ. And you can find the YouTube channel, if you're listening to this on the audio podcast, youtube.com/@the-word-double, the letter P, the word media. We want to hear from you. We want to hear what you're thinking about season 6. And we're going to just explore a little bit about what's going to happen in this part 1, according to reports by, credible media sources and things like that. Not too much in terms of speculation, but then again, not too much in terms of specifics either. So this is your last warning. If you don't want to know about anything regarding season 6, other than when it airs, then you may want to not listen to the rest of this podcast because we don't want to spoil you. One of the things that I find most interesting about the way that they've broken this season up is they are going to take care of most of the Princess Di stuff in part 1. It seems like it's going to pick up right where it left off when she was going to go to the French Riviera with the Fayeds, and evidently we'll see the blossoming of that relationship and the media onslaught. And we will also see a couple of other things around Diana's life, principally. I'm sure that we will see how that is affecting the Queen and the rest of the palace, and of course Prince Charles as well. But it almost feels like to me that it's going to be a little more reactionary from their part. I don't know how much in terms of their own storylines we're going to see, because we're going to see a lot of focus on Princess Diana these first 4 episodes, up to and including the car crash. Although Netflix has said that they will not be showing the actual car crash itself, but the events leading up to it. And probably the last episode of part 1, they will also have a little bit of the aftermath of the tragedy. So that's kind of where we're going to look at part 1 focusing around. And then we've been told also that part 2 will focus primarily on the Jubilee, Charles's getting married to Camilla, and the budding relationship between William and Kate Middleton. There are actors who've been cast for adolescent versions and more adulting kind of versions of Prince William and Prince Harry. So this is going to be a really tough watch, especially for those of us who were very adult, very alive during the time that all of these events happened. For those of you who are younger, ever since pretty much season 4, some of us in this podcast have been alive and have even witnessed some of the events, the bigger public events, of course, of what was happening with Princess Di and Prince Charles and the Queen and the prime ministers and those types of things. We've been around for all of that, the divorce. And so the historical significance to us doesn't seem quite as important as it did in the earlier seasons where we did a lot of that, but we will be including a lot of the history notes stuff where it is relevant. We will be, of course, be doing the 65-second recaps. We'll be having some parliamentary debates on how we feel about certain situations should have been handled. Just a lot of fun, and we hope that you'll stick around for all of that. There's not much more to say here. I just wanted to wake the feed back up, so to speak, and let you know that we're still here, and we thank you very much for your time to take to listen to this. And again, if you're on the YouTube, please like the videos, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. As my friend John McGonigal likes to say, hit that notification bell. Yo, we really appreciate you being here. And we will be back the weekend after November 16th to start covering this series. Again, we're going to do just the premiere episode on the first weekend. You'll get a full musical analysis 1 week after that of all 4 episodes of part 1. And then we will wrap up talking about the last 3 episodes of part 1, episodes 2, 3, and 4. The following week after that, that podcast, it might be longer, so it may be broken up into 2 parts. But I thank you. Bubba will be joining me. Susan will be joining me. We haven't really heard from Holly yet as to whether she will join us or not. Thanks again for being with us. This is Matt. Take care.
Send emails to mattsaudioblog@gmail.com and find all back episodes and other information at mattsaudioblog.com.